I've had a couple of ticket dogs work with me since I started this, and they've also had to drop right the way back to the beginning to make it work.
It makes you stronger, doesn't it?
It does make it stronger, and it makes it honest. That's what I like, it's honest. You're actually allowing the dog to do his part of it. That's it. And she's lovely and greedy. Right, so she starts focusing on you, you can drop into your either moving attention or heel work, whichever you prefer. So if she looks away, don't forget to stand still. She's another one that needs... Oh, is that what she does? Jumping up.
Yeah, always.
Face, yeah. Okay, feed for that, because that's not a bad position.
If I don't mind them jumping.
You don't mind it, okay, that's fine. So you need to have a hold of that lead just so that she doesn't wander off. And that's why a little bit...
Yeah, I'm not used to working with it.
I know, it doesn't matter. Feed, that's nice, good. Right, now as she's focusing on you, start moving around. And you try and keep her on your left side when you're moving around, and you don't be feeding her from your left hand. That's good. Not heel work yet. Feed for that. Right, now you can try some, no, stop. That's good feed. I think you can take her off the lead if you want to do it. Start moving around. So you often need to just make a little noise just to get her moving if she's not used to it. That's nice. Right, come and pick the lead up. That's why you need the lead, just to stop things like that happening. So it'd be better if you had a hold of the lead. I don't know if anyone's got a slightly lighter lead that they could lend you. That would be better than that.
It's me not used to work with the lead.
Right, feeder, that's nice. Right, now drop into your heel work. When she next looks at you, I want you to show me some of her actual heel work. I think that jumping is a bloody nuisance. Reward her anytime you want to. Okay. So just technically, just putting aside the attention work at the moment, because we've seen quite a lot of that, and if you want to do it, you can do it. First of all, I think that a lot of her jumping up is an avoidance of the heel work position. So although it doesn't disturb you and you're not bothered about it, and I can see why you're not bothered about it, I would want to stop it. Because I think she does it as a sort of, I'm not quite sure what to do. Come on.
It's a sort of stress a bit.
Stress, yeah, I think stress is probably a slightly overused word. I think it's more helpful to think about. She finds jumping up at you easier than going round to heel, so she chooses to jump up when she's not quite sure what she should do. So although I wouldn't correct her for it, I would just make it very clear that I'm not interested in it. Just hold your hands up, and make sure that you then replace the jumping up with something else. The heel work was, the going round to heel is what you really want. The heel work's nice. You needed to, when you did stop, you needed to feed her, you were fine, but you needed to then straighten her up a little bit. She was a bit crabby. I also thought that the left circle would be the first choice I would have taken in terms of direction. I would have done a right circle first, because it's more driving.
Because of the crabbing. My other one was crabbing a lot.
Yeah, I can absolutely see that she's crabbing and that you'd want to work on it. But when you're doing this, which is just starting on the heel work, I personally wouldn't have chosen the most difficult thing that needs working on. I would have got the heel work going a little bit first on something that was easy, and then if that went well, I would have tried something else. Because I think you then hit her with a, well, it could go completely wrong because the position will be all wrong, but what we're actually working on is just her basic attention and movement, so the thing didn't melt together very well. Right, just start that again. Stand still when she's not looking. That's very good. Feed, now feed her again. No, stop. Stand still. Okay, you can start moving around now. Don't cue the heel work yet, just start moving around. Reward her for being with you. That's it, stand still again when she's looking away. If you could make that lead a little bit shorter, she'd have less options. Because that gives her, all the way around you with a lead that long, gives her practically a garden to play in.
Ja, en nu is het verstandig en nou is het gewoon.
Try to avoid feeding her for jumping up if you can. That's good. Just if you put her around on your left side while you're feeding her, that would be super. It's quite strong though, isn't it? Right, start, untangle her leg. Keep your lead a little bit shorter. Right, now just turn sideways onto this so you can go forward with her. That's it, feed there. Very nice actually. Right, go forward just slowly. Not heel work, but just moving. Feed that. Feed! Beautiful! Stop. Right, go forward so that she's on your left side. Feed. Dish. Ignore the jumping up, you're not going to reward for that, that's just pestering. That's good, put it to your left side. Put it to your left side. Okay, go again when she's looking at you. Feed. Go again. Right, into heel work now, because she's offering heel work, so take her up on it, yes? She's ideal for this because she's so greedy.
Yeah, she's greedy and
yeah. Who could want more than a really greedy dog? It's excellent. She's one of the few dogs that actually puts herself into drive for food, and that's really, really rare. Oh, beautiful! That bit where she tucked herself round and tried to straighten herself up, that was what you wanted. Great dog. No, just ignore it. Yeah, and you can start with her when she jumps forward and does that silly bit in front, you just go back to the basic stuff again. So she finds it doesn't work when she does that. Right, to suggest to her she might like to come round to heel. That works, feed her. No, that doesn't work. So you immediately ignore her again if she goes too far forward. That's not working, just ignore it. That works. Feed. Do you see how quick you've got to be?
yeah.
That works. That doesn't work.
No.
Into heel work, and she's just offered beautiful go around to heel. That was really nice. Into heel work, so go into a right circle. Just go. Normal pace, right circle. Touch your nose. Feed! I know it's jumpy, but feed for that. Because that's a separate issue altogether. Because she's so strong with her, I want to be very careful that I only fed her on my left side unless she was just totally inattentive and I had to drop it down. Good. That's lovely. You could go into heel work from that. Feed. Try and catch her as her head comes up just before she jumps. Go again because she's still offering the heel worky thing. Feed that. So stop just smoothly. Straighten her up if you need to. That's beautiful. And she's another one that's a little bit too pushy when she takes the food.
Yeah.
So when she eats the food, she's like a piranha.
No, she's, for her doing, she's...
That's gentle, is it?
Yeah, for her doing it's very gentle.
Okay, but for her heel work, is just a little bit out. The heel work is keen, and then the biting of the food is really, really keen. So it means that she's not smooth. So I think for her, it's important that she learns to take the food gently, calmly, so that it doesn't spike. Because when she's lunging and jumping and doing all this, she can't really think very well, so it spoils the work that you're getting, and it will do as you progress as well.
When you pointed it out later with the dog who is greedy, and you pointed out the other behavior, it was like you were talking about her. One moment she's there, one moment not. One moment she's there, yeah.
She's very, very keen and she's full of drive, but it needs to be much clearer to what the rules are, which hopefully this will give you a start on that. Now that's not going to work because she was bullying. Now she came round in front of you and she nudged her hands. If she'd gone round to heel, that would have been a really good idea.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea. But just make sure when you feed her that you're not too quick to feed her. Slow it down. Right, feed her but carefully. She's not straight. As she's eating the food, her bum's stuck out. Remember you were talking about the crabbing? Well, as she's trying to get, she's lovely now and you could keep feeding her now, but if she tries to get the food and her bottom does what it's doing there, you don't feed her, you just dismiss her. No, you're not interested in that. It's good to get into your slow pace heel work. Just move your fingers a little bit. That's it, feed there. So stop at that point. Now straighten her up. And if that's okay, now dismiss her there, because she chose to grab the food. She can do that, but you're not necessarily going to be standing there waiting patiently for her to come back. Very nice. Right, heel work again. No, dismiss her. So as soon as she looks away, you're not going to stand there wait forever for her to choose to do heel work. Because if she thinks Mummy's going to stand there all night waiting for heel work to be done, she'll be quite happy to keep you waiting that long as well. So it's a time-limited offer. If you don't pick up that cue immediately, the offer is gone. Offer is gone. Maybe for a second and maybe for a whole day. That's beautiful. She's looking absolutely splendid now. Quite a straight line at slow pace. Reward that. This is a nice dog. The Dobermans that we have in the UK are awful. But she's lovely. Feed that. Yeah, so all this stuff you were talking about crabbing, you've just now encouraged her to do a big right loop around you and rewarded her for it, if patting her and whatever is a reward.
Yeah, I wanted to play a little bit.
But if you want to play, then
she likes to play.
Yeah, but if you want to do that, click her for the heel work position and then have start the play here. Yeah. So you make a fuss of her here or give her the toy here. Yeah. So all good things are here. Yeah. Because with a strong dog, they'll eat the food here, but they'll say, if the play is here, I really want to get to here. This is where I want to be, not here. So make sure everything starts on the left side when you're doing heel work. Good, give her a break there. She's splendid. A lovely dog. And bright too.
Yeah.
Did that make sense to you? Yes. Has anyone got a reasonable sized mat or a bit of vet bed or something like that that we could use to make her base?
Ja, ik heb ook
If you've got something a little bit bigger, that would be better, but if we haven't got anything
Charlie's
else...
vetbed wel even. Laat me doen.
Hold on, that.
Ja. Ook goed.
Oh, that would be a perfect one. That's really good.
Kijk, nog beter.
Ik heb China.
En dus
If
goed
you just
gebeurd.
spread that out on the ground, that'll be fine.
Oh, oude mensen zit.
Right, so if you just say to her belly or matty or something like that, you go put some food on the mat. So you're selling her the idea that that's a good place to be.
Ze vonden hem helemaal af te doen. Ja, we zijn ook zo dat
Yeah, put another bit there, so that we've not done enough yet to sell that bed to me.
dat is morgen.
And another bit. Right, now start to walk around it, putting food on it as you go round. Put another bit of food down on it. And another bit. that you've got a bit of food and you're going to tease her off the mat and then you're going to take the food away. So show you've got a little bit of food. Right, feed her quickly because she said no, so she's done exactly what you wanted.
This game without the mat she knows the teasing.
Okay, well that's good, keep going with it. Right, now walk further away from her. Always put the food on the mat because remember it should be the mat that's feeding the dog if there's anxiety, not you. If you're feeding her, then she may be right, move right away from her. Try and just go and walk around one of those yellow things. Okay, come back and feed her. Just put a bit of food on the mat and then go off that way. Okay, come back. Okay, so just put one bit of food on, then what you're going to do is pick up the lead, release her, and just stand so she can't get back to the mat and make her really bored. So you're going to pay no attention to her whatsoever. So release her and just move about 2 meters away, 3 meters away. Don't let her come back to the mat. So the idea is that you stand there with the dog, you don't let them sit or down, you just keep her standing there, really bored, until she wishes that she could come back to the mat. Then let her come, she's wanting to come back to the mat, so let's go. Into down, feed her again. So by doing this, you're making the dog less and less wanting to actually move away from the spot that you're doing your stays on. I like to use a mat or a bed first, but you could do it just on one spot on the floor if you wanted to. So it goes back to when you're doing stays, this is the magic spot. Everywhere else in the field is a boredom spot, including with mummy. Ignore that for now, she's got to be settled first.
When she's doing that, I put her back, but then maybe I...
No, I think putting her back is not what you want. She's all sort of like this, and what she needs to do first is just really be committed to staying on that spot and just relax a little bit. Right, go and release her and put her into boredom again, so just move her a little bit away and ignore her. What you're looking for is that come back to the mat. That's really good. Round the mat again. Right, she's not turned round yet, so come and put the food back because that's much better that time. You see why the bed with the oval bed would be better, because she'd be much more curled up and it would be neater. Right, run off up the field just a few paces. That's good, come back. Very nice actually. And again just release her and put her straight into boredom. So there's food on the mat, then nothing off the mat. Off you go. You need a release cue. Yeah, and off you go, all that will do. Let her stand there. And this time I want her to pull you to the mat even more, stronger. That's it, good. That looks more solid.
More colors in the head, hè?
And as she gets better, you could obviously, I don't know how she is with other people, but you could have other people just walking past you like food on the mat, which would make you even less attractive, which would make the stays even better. It would be better, as she goes on, it would be nice to have handle mum right out of the way, out of sight, and have other people coming and putting food on the mat.
Okay.
Depends how the dog is. Obviously, if there's nerves of other people, that's not going to work so well, or certainly not initially. But ideally, the dog would be lying there with the stewards and everything else going past and just feeding. Right, release her, clearly, take her off the mat, put her into boredom. And what a really strong decision that she doesn't want to be with you, she wants to be on the mat.
Yeah, I didn't look at them yet because I have a new computer. Yeah, I have one too.
Obviously, yeah, what you'll find is if you start to do this, initially you're just teaching the boredom, because at the moment your dogs don't really understand boredom, although we've had a little bit of effect today. It's not been very strong because the dog doesn't really know how awful being bored is yet. The more you do this with her, the more she'll say, no, please, I don't want to be bored. Yeah, excellent, very good. Put more food on, because remember your job is to sell her the idea that she was correct. She was absolutely, was a good decision to be here, not there. What a fantastic decision that is. That is the place that a Doberman wants to be. That is the place for Doberman. To look proud. Because I like them to look proud when they're doing stays. I think they're lovely when they look proud. Yeah, of course you can go outside. Because the worst thing that's going to happen is she's going to get up and follow you. When she gets to you, she's just going to pick up the lead and go straight into boredom again. So she's going to wish that she hadn't. And she's going to drag you back to where she was.
And is it a good idea that someone else puts her back on the mat? Or
it depends how the dog is with other people and the reason why she's worried about the state in the first place. But certainly starting with a puppy and with a dog that has no worry, it's really nice if you have lots of people put the food on the mat. When I do this in class, we just have the young dogs on stays and everyone just goes around feeding everyone else's dogs. And it works really well. But it is a nice idea to start it on something so the dog has a base rather than just in a random bit of grass or a random bit of floor. The only thing you do have to watch, we did have one incident of the dog wanting to guard its own particular base because he'd made it so valuable. The dog then didn't want any other dog walking past it. So, I mean, that's rare. I've only had it once and it was easy enough to deal with, but that's the only thing you need to watch. Really. That's very nice and calm.
Yeah. Because she's not disobedient, she's just panicking when I'm going away.
Oh, dogs aren't disobedient. Dogs have no concept of disobedience. They do what they've been taught to do. Or they do what they
really
think
can see the panic in her face when I go.
Yeah, she's very into you, which is lovely. You're going to need all that for your work. For that, wanting to be with you is a huge strength. For some other things, it's not. Good, just go back to her, releasing her. You're not going to play with her or anything, you're just going to take her straight off. Okay. That was very good.
Thank you. Deze kant.
Deze is gewoon heel. Of heel rood.